space. G'day, how's it going? Please let me know if you can hear my voice. And if it's too loud or too quiet, all that jazz, let me know. Driver San Francisco, that's right, yes. Basically the idea behind choosing this game to start off is because I don't actually have to do too much and I can pause it whenever I like to adjust the settings. That's why it's nice and easy. Whereas if I was in very quiet, okay, is that the... what a crackling. Too quiet game, too quiet, or mic too quiet? Is that better? Loud crackling. That's better. I'm not sure what the crackling is. See, I turned down the game feed and turned up my mic to make the mixing a bit better. I know the crackling you're talking about too. I don't know how to fix that. Yeah, sorry, I had my stream up for a second there. That might have been the echo. Let me try something. Is the crackling still there now? Alright, I think we fixed that bit. I don't know what the crackling is. I can hear it on my end when I have the stream up. And I'm really not sure what it is. Obviously I've got the game sort of going now, so let me know if that's too loud now as well. There's a Chinese rice fight in the bottom left. Yes, well, Loopy, you've pointed out where my face cam will eventually go. I can turn that off in a second, but I just thought I'd have it up to to show you sort of what the go is with that. So obviously, just down in the bottom left there, it's suited for Gran Turismo Sport. So that will not cover up anything in the spot there, but I can hide that for now by doing that. So how are we all doing? I missed this game, yes. I remember playing this when I was a kid. The first time I played it actually was on my grandpa's PlayStation 3, and he got it up, and I remember sort of playing around with it for the first time, and I got very excited when I found out you could drive the buses. I was obviously, I would have been 10 years old, so a bit of a nostalgic factor for me on this game. I've played it through a couple of times as well. That crackling before, is it still there? Is it loud if it is? Well, I absolutely wrecked him. I did, yeah. I played it at home too, I remember now. For anyone that doesn't know, Mel Black there is my dad, by the way. Don't say my first name, please, Dad. Gone now. Crackling gone? Oh, that's really good. Okay. G'day everyone, I'm Smokescreen and welcome to the broadcast. Game sound is gone. Oh my goodness. Has it actually?
I'm gonna burn some rubber, baby. Oh no,
Is there something actually wrong with the game sound? That's better. I just turned it up a little bit.
You're gonna have to pay
Game
for
sound's
that.
back. Okay. I'm not sure what happened with that because I only turned it up like a tiny bit. Crackling's gone too. Okay. I have no idea what the crackling was because I've done absolutely nothing. I've heard it in other streams before though. So I'm familiar with the crackling sound. I just don't know what causes it. Sound is perfect now. Oh, that's exactly what I like to hear. Beautiful. So I don't really have too much else planned for this stream, really. I wasn't even planning on staying on that long, maybe half an hour, 40 minutes or so. Just mucking around here, getting all the settings right. That's my favourite kind of crackling too, coincidentally, yeah. Better than stream crackling. Can you hear the engine right now of the car?
This is crazy!
Save those settings. I might actually jot them down pretty quick. That's not a bad idea. Yes, okay. Because it's going quiet in my ear sort of as the engine revs up, but I think that's probably more to do with my headphones. I was just checking. I'll write down those sound levels later. You can hear the engine and people dying. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want, isn't it? That's pretty terrible of me, isn't it? In terms of the stream quality, that's what we want. So what have we all been up to today? Might as well make a bit of a conversation about it. Console or PC, says Loopy. This is a console game, so I'm on the PlayStation 3 right now. For those, I suppose it's for those familiar and unfamiliar with streaming from PlayStation 3, it doesn't go straight into a capture card, so I've had to run it through a HDMI splitter, because that for some reason bypasses some encoding setting that I am not going to attempt to explain. But yeah, you can basically just cheat yourself around some sort of encoding protection setting just with a little $15 splitter, which is what I've done. So it's basically HDMI cords galore behind my desk, and I think I'm going to also have to get another HDMI splitter for the PlayStation 4 because that's in a different part of the room, and I have to run a big cord. Painting houses, drawing cars, nothing different. That's good. Sometimes just doing the same thing is good because it can't go wrong, I guess.
All fuel for my case.
HDCP. Loopy's got it. I can recognise the name if it's written down, but I couldn't remember the letters straight off the top of my head. But that's exactly right. Loopy's right. Obviously my Diablo here is in a bit of a mess. Oh dear, I've just made it worse, haven't I? Did anyone else race? Oh, I suppose not for everybody, but
You're just
those
making
of you
things worse
who
for
do
yourself.
play Gran Turismo Sport, how many of you raced last night in the new FIA season? Still cleaner than a daily race A. Got that right. What's daily race A this week? Alpine at Brands Hatch. That's right. Yeah, well, this is definitely cleaner than that Alpine race. I don't like to give misleading information. Very good, Loopy. Well, you've stayed true to your word and given me the correct acronym. HDCP there, well done.
How did you do that?
So obviously now with sort of fresher eyes on this game after not playing it for a while, I went a couple of years without touching it, but sort of getting back into all the old games.
Stop doing that!
It's no good, is it? I'm getting back into all my older games, and it's sort of nice to have a bit of a nostalgic reminder of sort of when I was a kid. And now I obviously also have a bit of better understanding about sort of the significance of some of the cars in this game. Because you've got quite the eclectic mix of cars in this game, including what you see on the thumbnail, what you might have seen previously, and you'll see later if you look at it, I guess. A DeLorean. Absolutely love that car. If I could do... my one dream car is a DeLorean. Oh, I'd love it. There it is there. But, you know, quite the car list, including an AMC Pacer. I mean, why is that even in there? Why is that even in there? You know, some exotics too. Old school Aston Martin. I love that. I love driving that car in this game. I remember that. Load of Audis. They're all the same at the start. The first four are the same car, aren't they? Just triggered all Audi enthusiasts. Although the TT is actually is actually a decent car. A couple of Bentleys, some Cadillacs, old Eldorado. There's a couple of fictional manufacturers in here too. Obviously, Kaysen is not a real manufacturer. Neither is Camion. Good mix of Chevrolets, ranging from bottom end Volt to pretty much top of the line Corvette ZR1. The car sounds are so good in this too. Some of them, yeah, some of them are good. But, you know, if I jump into a car that's in this game and also in Gran Turismo Sport, I do think GT has it better. But I think in terms of the sounds, well, they may not be true to the car. They do sound good on face value, I guess. You're not wrong in that sense. Ford GT, see, I have a pretty good understanding of what this car actually sounds like in Gran Turismo Sport and in real life. Not because I've driven one, not because I've been in one, but I watched a video of some of you may watch him, Doug DeMuro, on YouTube here. Just reviews all different sorts of cars, and that's where I sort of get my taste a bit, I guess, because he always reviews cars that other reviewers just won't review because they're not interesting enough or new enough or hot enough, I guess. But Doug does it a bit differently. He just basically, he'll review the modern stuff, but he'll also review the older enthusiast stuff. And he does 2 a week, high quality production too, I highly recommend. But anyway, I sidetracked myself, didn't I? I watched a video he did once of drag racing his Ford GT, and I was honestly extremely surprised how close Gran Turismo Sport actually sounds to the... Oh my goodness. He shouldn't have been sitting there, should he? And I've just totaled a mid-2000s Ford GT. Goodness me. I might as well hand my license in now. I can agree with that, but Gran Turismo 6 exceeds Gran Turismo Sport sounds. Gran Turismo 6 is better than GT Sport, is it? I never played Gran Turismo 6 that much. That's something I also intend to get into a little bit. Because I think it will be good having the fresher, or sort of having a bit of an eye in for Gran Turismo Sport going back in time. I think going back in time to older games from newer games is more interesting than sort of going with the natural progression of when the games release. Kind of see where they've come from. Also, by the way, this Ford GT in this game doesn't sound too close to a Ford GT in real life. By the way, I'll just put that bit of information in there. But yeah, actually, the Gran Turismo Sport was the first Gran Turismo I actually played properly, with intention and thought put in. I think I did turn on Gran Turismo 6 for maybe a couple of hours, because someone else had the game and I thought, oh yeah, cool car game, why not? But that was when I was a kid, and I basically had no intention of deep diving and sort of actively taking the game. That's why I say I haven't played it. But yeah, Gran Turismo Sport, the first Gran Turismo I've ever played, and I do feel as though that sometimes outcasts me a little bit. Because I find when a lot of the sort of more seasoned Gran Turismo players get together and start talking about older games, I've got no idea what to say, because I never experienced it. So Gran Turismo 7 will be my first look at an older style, more traditional, let's say, more traditional style Gran Turismo game, as we absolutely launch off there, completely unscathed. Oh my goodness. only the most realistic crashes I will drive to San Francisco. It doesn't get much better than that. Oh, look at that. So for those unfamiliar, Driver San Francisco has these random, like, sort of side missions. They're not even missions, but it's just a police chase, and you can assume either the person being chased or one of the cop cars, and then your job is to just sort of take the other, you know, take the vice versa out. So I'm going to jump into the Ford GT here, so it starts a police chase. So my job now is to lose the cops, and they sort of swarm you a bit. I think it can get up to like, I think it's 5 cop cars and start chasing you. Oh, I had a momentary lapsicon. Goodness me. My job now is to basically just sort of speed away, because if you have a look on the minimap in the top middle of the screen, all the cop cars have this red sort of red fan out. I just got to basically get out of all of their red part for 10 seconds and I lose the cops, or I can just try and wreck them. So you're losing the cops in 9, 8, 7. It's also started raining here, by the way, so if the mic goes weird, it's just the rain. Not much I can do about that, I'm sorry.
Hey, get over it!
Gran Turismo 2 was the first game I ever played. That's a throwback, isn't it? Gran Turismo 2. That was that PlayStation 1? Original PlayStation? Whoa! That's what you get for looking at chat. Thanks, Hyperdrift. Oh yeah, the nostalgia chats. Yeah, I think it's cool to listen to, but I've got no idea what you're all saying. Obviously, I also did a big pull apart of the Gran Turismo 7 trailer as somebody that's only played Gran Turismo Sport and just sort of knows tidbits of information about the old games.
I ain't stopping.
Oh, that was not a bad move by that cop car, to be fair. He just edged me to the front of the van and I'm getting pretty moved by an Escalade. Oh.
That means you suck, because God help me, I think I'm
And then that
imagining
can
all
happen.
this.
So that's the alternative. If you wreck out of the cop chase, the cops win, basically. Look at this. An old Chevy C10. Is that what it is? Might as well go back to a garage and have a look at the other cars in the game. Because we got to... I forget what we got to, Ford. And then I ended up driving out in the Ford GT. Might as well have a bit of a squiz. Going on what we were saying before too, about Gran Turismo Sport. Can you do text-to-speech on YouTube? I think it's an option in Streamlabs. I think it is. But I listened to Atom's stream, and the text-to-speech would get on my nerves. Also, by the way, when I called you out for making me read chat, I was only joking. I didn't mean to make you feel like you shouldn't chat. Only joking. Yeah, we got into Ford. Oh, so in short, I probably won't be turning text-to-speech on. Hudson Hornet. Turn right to go left. Surely, surely you get that reference. Jaguar E-Type, another beautiful car. Good handful of Lamborghinis as well. Lancia Stratos, Lincoln Town Car, Maserati Gran Turismo, McLarens. I remember driving the MP4-12C when I was a kid. I love driving that car too, and I'm a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a major McLaren fan, but I do like McLaren. I think their cars are very beautiful. Nissan's Skyline GTR 370Z. Oldsmobiles. Just cool cars. They don't make them like they used to, do they? Pontiac. This car is an absolute beast, by the way. ToughRam SRT 10. It looks like a big boy, but it drives crazy, let's say that. I'll jump in it in a second. Pagani Zonda. Another beast. Is it rough or is it roof? I never know. I used to say rough, but I say roof now because it sounds more correct. Obviously, the Porsche wannabes, because Porsche was so famously tight with its licensing back when this game was made. I know, you already know I'm all for the banter. That's beautiful. So am I. Absolutely love it. Scirocco. I like myself a good Scirocco too. Hyperdrift, by the way, when you typed that message, was that straight after I finished saying whatever it was I said that you're responding to? Or did you wait a bit before typing it? Because that's a massive delay. I mean, obviously, there's nothing I can do about the delay, but just for my own information, basically, just to know how big the delay really is. And I've straight up crashed the second I got out of the garage. No wonder I sucked at Dragon Trail last night. I've just crashed into that person taking their kids to soccer practice. Oh. I waited a bit. Okay, that's alright. Just for my information, I just wasn't sure how big the delay was. It's all good, mate. All good. You can wait as long as you like before typing a message. You can wait 15 years if you like. I don't mind. It's the thought that counts.
Never knowingly undersold.
We can test any delay if you want, but I don't think there'd be much. I think it's about 10 seconds, but there's just like a couple of messages sort of responding to something I said were coming through like a minute after I said it, so I wasn't sure if the delay was just up to a minute for some reason, or if a couple of people just waited, but it's all good. I suppose I can just get the stream up on my phone and see how big the delay really is. In fact, I might do that now. it's not that big of a delay, is it? I think literally the best way to work out a delay is going to be, I can think of literally no other option than to actually have a head-on collision with this truck in real time, and I'm going to look down on my stream and see how long it takes before the head-on collision happens again. It's logically the best way to measure a delay, isn't it? So, it's only 15 seconds max, no longer than that. So that's fine. Yeah, I kind of realised I was a few seconds behind. I actually, I suspected that, but I didn't want to cast aspersions on your ability to watch a stream. I don't want to micromanage my viewers. I wasn't going to accuse you of being behind, although low-key, how dare you, but, you know, we move on. That's some big brain stuff. Big brain stuff. That is a very, very sizable cranium moment, isn't it? I'm also one collision away from absolutely totaling this car. Let's jump out and do something different. So, I remember there's actually a big dirt road along the southern part of the map, and it's really fun in the right car, so we're going to give it a go in something. I suppose we've got a garage right here, and there are a good number of rally cars present in the game, or cars that were eventually made into a rally car, I suppose. I have completed the game, by the way, so I've got all the cars. I'll probably do, if there's enough interest for it, I suppose I could do a playthrough at some point. Lancia Stratos, so that'd be good on the dirt. I mean, Scirocco. It's even got the 4 headlights on the front. A Yar buggy. Let's do this. Hang on a minute. I've just thought of 2 seconds. I've just thought of a setting that might be impacting sound. I think what's happening here is I had a noise gate on the microphone before, but I turned it off because there was crackling, but I wasn't sure. I don't think that actually solved it. So I'm going to turn the noise gate back on. Let me know if I start cutting out. But the game sound might be more consistent, because I think that I set a setting somewhere to reduce the game sound every time a microphone was detected, and because I had the noise gate off, it was always being detected. So I think the game sound might have been getting impacted. If the crackling returns, just let me know.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely dab of the handbrake, and it just sends around the corner beautifully. Oh. Just a cheeky cop chase halfway through.
Look at all their faces. Priceless. Yeah, still got it.
This was one of the best sequences of corners to see. I knew someone would remember.
You better move, because I'm coming
it's so
straight
good,
through.
isn't it? Just the right car. I mean, this may not be the best car for the amount of fun, but
Textbook.
it's certainly not boring. And then you just thrash it around the dirt track at the southern end of the map. I love flicking it sideways. Me too. Just a cheeky dab of the handbrake. A little bit of opposite lock in there. I mean, this game was really built for drifting. It's so easy to break out into a drift, isn't it? Oh dear, I've made a hash of that one. You've got these jumps down here. If you get them all wrong, you'll get thrown off your line. Oh my goodness, that was my bad. It wasn't the jumps. What a bad little change of direction there. Jump to finish it off. Straight out into the traffic. That's how it's done. Doesn't get much better than that. Yeah. I'm going to go and do something else. Let me know if you remember this one, Hyperdrift, or if you even know about it. Because this... This one here is one of the best challenges in the game. You just jump in. I mean, you see my record there of 528.0. Basically, you just jump in and you get when it loads eventually. I think we're so spoiled by the quick loading times of today, aren't we? You just jump in and it's just a lap of the freeway because it's all one big circular road against the Pagani Zonda up there, and you're in the McLaren F1. Just a cash $20 million worth of supercar. That's US dollars too, isn't it? Probably 35, 40 Australian dollars. Absolutely ridiculous. Just thrashing it around the highway at 210 miles an hour. I don't know what that is in kilometres. Well, you've just got to get through. The goal is to beat the other car. But the car actually, the opponent can crash. And it does crash. It can happen Not made the right decision there. And now I'm... and now I'm glitched into the truck. Well, let's not do that again. I gotta restart that one now. I can't be having that. Oh, I don't even know how that happened. I was just a completely and utterly... Ah, now I'm distracted. Oh my goodness. That was just a completely and utterly shameful display of driving there. It's actually a disgrace to street racing. That's definitely how you set a 528. Is it? See, he crashed there. It's entirely possible for the other car to crash. Just as likely as it is for you to crash. See, I'm 1.3 seconds up on that 528. So they're the split times that come up. Obviously got hemmed in a little bit there. No massive semi-trailer in the way this time. So we're moving up in the world. I didn't know where to go then. The key to these is don't look directly in front of your car, look way up in the distance, basically as far as your eye can make out, and start to pick your path before you even have to really worry about it. Just have your path picked out in the traffic, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds before you actually reach it. You're just looking as far as you can see, basically. So I've already picked my path there, into this lane, into this lane, down the crest, up the inside there, and then the part coming up here, there's a big crest over this bridge and the car actually does get air. So the best way to go about it is to actually crest it diagonally like that, because it gives you a better chance of not hitting a car. Because if you go straight, you've obviously had to pick the path to go straight up the ramp. There's likely to be a car directly in front, whereas the lane next to it probably doesn't have a car. You know, that's not a foolproof method. But it gets the job done a lot of the time. So it gets hard around here because, oh, look at all the trucks. A bit of air there, but be really careful. Oh dear. So this, I mean, you could classify this as a time trial, really. Oh, and then you head down into this tunnel, and like all the cars have the tail lights on, but the way the game is sort of made, it's so hard to judge depth based on the tail lights. So it's so easy to crash. But I touched on before, you could call this a time trial. Like there's time trialing to be done in this game. And anyone that's familiar with Gran Turismo Sport knows that time trialing can be a real pain. It can also be a load of fun if you know you can achieve your goal. I would say time trialing is less fun when you don't really even have a goal to reach. The goal is to go faster. Because what happens there? Oh dear. Well, I can say that's not ideal. Luckily there's a break there. I was going to say, if you don't have a goal and you hit your ceiling but you don't think it's your ceiling, you get very frustrating because it'll be so hard to improve once you've sort of reached the max you can go. But in this, because it is so hard to get the perfect run with all the traffic, there's, generally speaking, always a massive load of time left on the table. Gloss over that like it never happened. That was probably a $5 million crash there. I must have crashed from a 528 because I'm up all of a sudden. What's that? 527.3. I mean, how did I crashed and beat it, and it wasn't even a good run. So you can see there's loads of time in that. I'm probably going to do it again. I think there was always one section I struggled with traffic. Hyperdrift. I wish I only had the one section. I seem to have maybe 3 or 4 sections where it's really hard. Oh, I've accidentally exited, but I know where it is because I loved it so much. I'm just going to do it again, because why not? I would say the hardest parts of the traffic are when you're going through a twisty bit, because a big semi-trailer in the way can cover a load of the traffic. You've got at least 25 in there. I've got a 20... I mean, I was 4 seconds down at one point, and I crashed. So I think there's another 5 seconds at least, easily, just by not crashing. So, you know, there's... We'll call it a 523. I could probably do that, and then with a little bit more fine-tuning and just not braking and not crashing, you can definitely get well into the teens, I reckon. I forgot to boost off the start, so I'm 2 seconds down all of a sudden. So the hardest parts with traffic is probably one of these twisty bits coming up. Oh, I left the door open there, didn't I? This twisty bit coming up is really hard because you've got that bus on the inside. It covers everything. Oh, my goodness. And then you've got this corner. Oh, was that a beautiful drift or not? This corner up a hill, over a crest. Another crest here. I think I've gone to say about 3 different times what the hardest parts of the traffic are. The twisty bit, the tunnel, the big crest on the bridge are some of the hardest parts. The bit after the bridge too. I mean, look at this, 1.6 seconds up here. Concentration mode. I just don't want to look away. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Oh, beautiful. Oh, scrape on the barrier. No! I'm surely red now. No, I'm still blue. How am I still blue? Needed a dab break there. I've just eaten the Pagani for breakfast. 500 metres behind me. Get good, mate. What a loser. Oh, where's that car? Oh. Sure, it's also entirely possible to get a row of cars all next to each other covering all the lanes. I mean, it's possible, but it would be quite rare given just how scattered they are. But just imagine if you're on a hot run and you were that one unlucky one to get, I mean, how many lanes is this? 5? Oh no! Blithering idiot! Oh no, that's the run gone, surely. I nearly did it again. Oh, how am I still up? Oh no. Oh. That was hairy. I mean, there's 4 seconds. Let's just not wreck it on this last checkpoint. Beautiful. You gone and jinxed yourself. I did. I did. There's the 23, by the way. You got at least a 25 in there. I know. I mean, look at that. And I crashed. Oh, man, this is addicting. I want to do it again. I want to do it again. What is this? Rapid. That's a good question. That is a good question. This is a test stream. I know you probably know that already. You're probably more asking what it is I'm doing. This is Driver San Francisco, PlayStation 3 game from 2011. And I'm just doing one of the events in there, which is just a lap of the San Francisco highway. McLaren F1. It's actually a race, but it's quite easy to beat the guy, so it just turns into a time trial. I don't think I boosted off the line on that last go, so I could be quite far up here. Yeah, look at that. 1.6 already, and I've gone and binned it. Definitely go again, but I'm off to bed, work in the morning. Congrats on setting everything up. Thank you so much, Hyperdrift. Yes, it was a long and tumultuous tale of setting things up. Technical difficulties galore, but we got there in the end. Thank you so much for joining, and you can expect to see more of this. Now that I've got it set up and running and I sort of know what to do, it can definitely be a more frequent occurrence. But anyway, enjoy work tomorrow. Thank you so much once again. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry, Rapid, I've seen your chats. I'll just read them in a second when I'm more in a position to look away from the screen. I mean, is that faster? Stopping and going for the shortcut? What was I before? 3 seconds up now. Oh, I've wrecked it. San Francisco has hills. Where are they? I'm on the suspended freeway. There are hills, and I can show you that in a second. I'm just going to do one more. That's the famous last words of a game, wasn't it? Just one more before bed. And then when they crash right at the start. No, just one more. That one didn't count. I'll show you the hills, Rapid. Just hang tight. Rapid, did you do Manu yesterday? My goodness, did I do Manu yesterday? Of course I did. In short, it was an absolute disaster. And I've got no idea why either. Because, I mean, you might look at the track, Dragon Trail Seaside, and listen to my reaction of how I did. You'd probably be very quick to assume that I was claimed by the chicane of death. I mean, I've gone and wrecked it now. I might as well leave it. Wow, I'm true to my word. I said last one, and it actually was. Get a load of that, video game enthusiasts. Manu, yeah, so you might assume that the chicane of death is what claimed me. It wasn't. I struggled. The corner of the night for me was turn 5, the fast right into the top hairpin. Like the fast right where you have to cut the curb like no tomorrow. That was the bane of my existence. It caught me out in 3 of my races. And like, I don't even know why, because I took it the same every lap. I had a turn-in marker for it, and it was good. Even B Racer suffered at the hands of the chicken of death. I mean, that says a lot, someone like B Racer. But chicane of death for me, it wasn't the hardest corner of the night. I felt quite comfortable through there for the first time since I got the game. But yeah, the turn 5 curb, man, I've got no idea why, but just like one lap in the first 3 of my races, I just took the corner naturally, normally, just how I do every other lap, and it just throws the car up on 2 wheels and you end up right into the gravel. So I did that on 3 of the races and wrecked it, and then my last race was the 4th slot of the night, which was at about, it was actually midnight. It was midnight where I am. It was slot number 4. I qualified P20 last on the grid, and it wasn't even my worst quali time of the night, so go ahead and explain that one. Yeah, so I don't even know. I was at a loss really last night. So I've chosen the... Oh, these are your hills, Rapid. Really fun when you get the speeds just right. You can kind of jump the first one and meet the top of the second one. I've chosen the BMW with the Z4, which I know is a very, very questionable decision, but yours truly in chat there, Brad Money,
right down the line.
and Co, a couple of other players, and seeing who can do the best with the Z4 N4 combo. I decided to join that because I didn't know who to pick. And I knew it was off the pace, but I didn't know it was that bad, because it's truly awful, but somehow Atom managed to wrangle out a normal result. He managed to wrangle out a normal result out of that absolutely terrible piece of work that the Z4 is. He got like 270 something points, like, I would have been over the moon with 220. And I watched his race back, and his pace was just incredible. Quali pace was on point. Race pace was on point, no errors, and then the thing that gets me is I got no idea what I'm doing differently, because it appears that I'm doing everything he's doing, but he's just doing it better than me, so quite a degrading night. How was yours? It caught me out lap 1, however, recovered from P15 to P7. Well done. Not a bad recovery there whatsoever. I think if you'd been out of the top 10 at the start of the race, and you're down the mid-teens, late teens, if you can then recover to a top 10, I think you've done a very good job. I found last night was actually a very, very big night in terms of crashes. There was like crashes in, I like several up and down the field in every race. Every race that I did, every race that I watched. I'm sure it was a similar story in EMEA. That's what you are, isn't it? Is this a PC game? No, it's not. This is a PlayStation 3 game. So the previous... I was going to say the previous gen PlayStation, but that's the PlayStation 4 now, isn't it? The vintage PlayStation. It's a bit of a stretch, isn't it? But yeah, PlayStation 3. Managed to connect it up to a Elgato game capture with use of a very sneaky HDMI splitter. This game is the shit. Got that right. This was one of my childhood games, this one. And yes, I tried so hard when I was a kid to actually see if you can run over the pedestrians, but they always jump out of the way. I mean, I almost made it up to the second one there. I've got it for 360, yes. How good. I was always a PlayStation person. Oh. Look at that. Do a barrel roll, mate. That's how you take that corner. This game defined my childhood for a good number of years. I remember the excitement that I felt when I was being shown the game for the first time, and I found out you can just jump into a bus and drive it. You need a lap guide. Oh, come on, man, don't do me like that. How do you know about this? You were probably in Atom's chat when that happened. Yes, I need a lap guide, alright. Yeah, can you do me a lap guide for the entire driver San Francisco map, please? I want to know every braking point in every vehicle, please. And I want it on my desk by yesterday. Ubisoft released a banger. They did. Have they... I mean, what other games have they done? I don't really follow particular developers. Like, I don't follow... like Ubisoft and have a look at every game they make. I just play the games that I like. What other games have they released that have been good? Absolutely destroyed that guy's pride and joy. I've been thinking they changed something with Dragon Trail Seaside. There are an excessive amount of deaths. The turn 3 curve and the chicane of death. I don't usually struggle through the chicane, but I was in a different car. Rainbow Six. One of the ones that I've heard the name, but I've got no idea about the game whatsoever. Yeah, I think... Do you think the physics felt different last night on Dragon Trail Seaside? They turned off tyre wear for quali, I'm sure you know about that. But, so that probably would have changed the dynamics of the car in the qualifying session, I would say for sure. Whether that then also had a psychological impact. Oh, Tez. I just realised that was you that said Rainbow Six. I thought that was Rapid. Hello Tez, how's it going? Oh my goodness, it's been you chatting all along. Oh, for crying out loud. Get with the program, mate. That's actually embarrassing. I'm so sorry. They turned the tyre wear off in quali, so whether that then had a psychological impact, perhaps, on how you performed in the race, or how you thought the car felt. I also think there can be a bit of confirmation bias when it comes to things like that, because if one person sort of says in an offhand comment, oh, physics feel different, I think you then I think you can fall in the trap of looking for a tiny change and sort of, you know, inventing one in your head. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but it could be a factor. I definitely felt there was something up with that turn 5 curve, because that's never been an issue for me, and then all of a sudden last night it was a massive issue, more so than the chicane of death. Pro streamer, one day, you can only hope. Not off to a great start, am I? V6 Mustang, yikes. Is the new Mustang a V6? I don't know. Oh, there's another one. Look at that, it's Mustang Day. Oh, there's another one. What the hell? Mustang Inception. That's what I'm thinking. Changing quality settings also impacted on race. Don't know. Yeah, it's a weird one to think, because I think the grip levels do change. I actually am starting to believe that, even with what I just said being said. Because it definitely feels as though I can go a lot quicker in like qualifying time trial than I can in a lobby or an FIA lobby. Same quality settings with no tyre wear now. Mustang Sally. You mean to say silly? Mustang Sally? I don't know what that means. Please help. But yeah, on every consecutive slot that I did last night, I got less points each time. And my first slot was not even something I would have even considered for a heartbeat that I would have kept. So, you know, I got my first result and it was so low that I wouldn't have even considered keeping it. Oh, gone. I thought I was coming up to the garage. And then I ended up just doing worse each time, so... like, I don't even know. I don't even know. There's pace in the Z4, but I don't think I'm the driver that can ring it out. I'll be very much banking on the Group 4 races. What did I want to drive before? The TT. You go from a full pace quali where you don't need to worry about tyres, and then a race where it's slower pace and need to treat your tyres. So yeah. Is that in reference to people thinking there's a difference in physics, or a reference to me being horrendously off the pace? In either case, it's right. It can definitely be hard to just click into the race frame of mind just on a dime. Straight after max pace quali, you've got to go into a race. Mustang Sally is a classic song, look it up. I will look it up after the stream, okay? The last thing I want is to accidentally play it with the sound on and earn myself a copyright strike on my first stream, because that would be quite questionable. Dragon Trail Seaside is one of my best tracks, so it's a good gauge for me, but I think also I should factor in that it was my second race in FIA with AM, I'm assuming AM Aston Martin. Aston Martin, Group 3, so he would have been in the... I assume he chose the V12 Vantage, not the DBR9. I'm gonna assume you've gone with the V12 Vantage. That car is... OMG, Super GT is here. Hello viewers, Super GT here. I wish... Hey mate. Kez, I can see your name. I can see... Oh, what? Did you see that? That was a curb glitch. How did I get a curb glitch in Driver San Francisco? Pardon me. An actual curb glitch in Driver San Francisco. Oh, who would have thunk it? Yep, V12 Vantage. It's a very understeery car. I mean, I've seen you in Tijni's chat rooms. You saw how much he struggled in that V12 Vantage, and one that really highlighted it for me was when he raced last season at... You can't see him in the chat. I can see Radeon Edwards in the chat, but not Super GT, I'm afraid. The day Super GT is here is the day I do something very drastic that I'm not going to define now, because someone will clip it and bring it up later when it does eventually happen, and I'll regret it. What was I saying before? V12 Vantage. Yeah, very understeery car. I mean, Tijni struggled a lot. Was that another curb glitch? And the round that really highlighted that for me was the one at Maggiore towards the end of the season. Hey, don't talk about understeer until you drive the Viper. Yeah, that's another handful, isn't it? But Tej basically could not... He just could not take any of the corners at Maggiore consistently in that V12. So I think it's a really big handful to drive. And I think at a track like Dragon Trail where there's a lot of grip limited corners, fast flying corners, chicane of death, you really need the car under you. And if you're understeering all over the place, it can be difficult. So I think even though it's one of your best tracks, I think it's probably more so limitations of the car. Yeah, Tij did struggle with it, but I factored in he prefers MR. That's very true, yeah. He's not suited for the FR driving, is he? That's not saying he could never be suited to it. It's just at the moment he seems very honed in on his MR driving skills, so it would have been quite difficult to jump into an FR and just do well. I mean, he did quite well considering everything. I had to lift through the S curve. Like the S is in the middle of the lap. I think we all had to lift. Oh, you mean the last two parts? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's hard. That's harsh. If I nailed it in the Z4, I could keep it flat. If I nailed it, the soft tyres were relatively consistent flat through the last two parts. On the medium tyres, I really needed to nail the turn in, get a little bit of curb on the inside to pull the car around. And I was able to keep it flat in the Z4. Someone should tell the Audi its mirrors are droopy. Hello Sean, how are you? Yeah, it's sad. Can you cheer it up for me? Now would be the perfect time to play an old clip of... I think it's Droopy, isn't it? The cartoon dog from the Looney Tunes. Oh, nearly crashed into that beautiful Corvette. Oh, I don't make them like this anymore, do they? Another Corvette. How often do you see two Corvettes from this era on the same screen? Mind-boggling. Trick with those S's is getting the first curve right and then dipping each side over the lip of each curve. Oh, rapid. Speak my language. Absolutely nailed it. Satisfying when you nail it. 100%. Yeah. I actually find Dragon Trail to be a very difficult track to pull all the lap time out of. I don't know whether that's just me, and that may have factored into my difficulties last night, is I generally don't really have the top pace that I have at some tracks at Dragon Trail. So that may have been hard, with the car handicap too. How are you going to explain the smashes in the car to the insurance company, mate? That's a good question. I'm going to have to think of that one. I'm going to say that all the cars I crashed into shouldn't have been where they were. If that person driving the car that got in my way got out of bed 5 minutes earlier this morning, their car would be 5 minutes further down the road. Okay? So, not my fault. Those curbs pull the car in the right direction. Yeah, they absolutely do. And like, you know when you've nailed it too, because the car just sort of turns in just perfect. Because if you get sort of both wheels down on the pink part on the inside of the curb, it can chuck the car back up into the air and cross over the top of the curb to return to the track again, and that can just throw you off. But yeah, if you just sort of just hook the front tyre just on the inside of the curb, the back tyre stays on top of the curb, you just get pulled around beautifully. With arson, I'm assuming that's how you're going to explain the damage to the car. I just uploaded my race, so feel free to watch. I'm cheeky, I know. Oh mate, self-promoting in my chat, you know what, I'll allow it. And the pedestrians you killed, yeah, what about them? What was your race record? 15th to 7th? Maybe I might check it out. I think it would be quite interesting to see some of the deaths. That's self-promotion? I don't know whether you're saying that in a question, like with a question mark inflection at the end, or whether you're yelling at Rapid. All that self-promotion to my 3 viewers. Absolute criminal, really. Did you race last night, Tess? I'm assuming you did. You did, because you were telling me about the Essence. How'd you go? Sean Middlemas, insert Twitch plug here. Imagine being on Twitch. Am I right?
Ah, jeez.
Now, if we're going to be shouting people out, a couple of go-tos for me. Obviously, Super GT. Tijni is very good as well. And then a couple of the smaller streamers that I watch now, just for FIA content basically. Atom, Mistah MCA is a good one. He does track guides, lap guides, sort of commentary thing. So yeah, go and check them out. Atom as well. And the other one I was going to say has just jumped in chat here. Lovely Unicorn. Mate, what a legendary game to do your first stream with. Speaking my language. That's, yeah, Lovely Unicorn, formerly Wogarigini. I used to not be able to say the name. He also streams on Twitch under the name Lovely Unicorn. Go and check him out too. Anyway, that's enough of the plugs. But yeah, Driver San Francisco. What a game. This was my childhood, basically. I mean, it was released in 2011, so I was probably 10 years old when I first played it. But, you know, it was the game I most played for a good couple of years. Rapid GT, it's a community thing. Oh, it sure is. We've got to all support each other. Punted slot 1 and 12th or 11th in slot 2, yeah. Similar story here. It's really tough night. You can either do... it seems from what I saw, you can either do really well at Dragon Trail or really crap. And There seems to be the same number of drivers in each category. Atom did really well, and then, you know, I see on Twitter everything tagged with GT Sport, everyone posting their results. Everyone seemed to have done so well last night, and then you've got like me, I did terribly. Tez not so well as well, going from what he said. I'm just so slow now without my wheel. Yeah, that's right. That'll do it, won't it? You gotta get a new one, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You know, you should get that wheel covered on warranty. I should get the whole car repaired on warranty, shouldn't I? I mean, what year would this Chevy be from? 50s, 60s? I'll just roll up to my local Chevrolet dealer with this and just say, hey, can you just do a warranty repair on all of this damaged bodywork, please? It just did it. I went to my car one day and it happened. Thanks for the SO. Can you stream? You do, don't you? I do remember now. PX7 Tazar, you are on Twitch. Yep, go and check him out too then. Cry baby, you are. One thing noted yesterday was double accounting from both sides of the pond. Yeah, I think for double accounting, I don't see a massive issue with it if it doesn't impact the top split. If it impacts the top split, then that's impacting the points that people need to get to their world finals. So, you know, if you're a regular top splitter, I don't think it's fair for you to be double accounting. But in the lower lobbies, it doesn't matter. Like, double account all you want. You do two different manufacturers, whatever you want to do. Thanks, mate. No worries. No worries. Just returning the favour. Okay, I'm a nobody then. Fair enough. No! Tez, don't hate me, please. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My dearest Tez. You don't stream that much, do you? I'm working on it. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. I'm working on it. Very good. You need that wheel, because I couldn't imagine trying to do last night on controller. I would have gotten 50 points instead of the 100 I managed to finish up the night with. Oh, that's a solid post. Well, that one's getting fixed on warranty. I think I was playing either Tokka or Grid around that period. Tokka's another one. It was called and marketed as V8 Supercars in Australia here. Like, the game was called V8 Supercars 1, 2 and 3. But it was just Tokka Race Driver. Yes, I say Tokka. Some people say Toka. Don't come at me. That is... Oh, man. That's one of my earliest memories of a video game. It was V8 Supercars 2, I think. My dad played it on PlayStation 2, and I remember watching him, and I have a very fond memory of a particular rally stage driving the Alpine A110. So when I see that car in Gran Turismo Sport, I'm like, oh, that's the first car I have a proper memory of. '50s, yeah, thought so. It was around that period, isn't it? I love older cars like this, but I've just not researched. I'm not up to speed with all of the periods, all the models. I'm trying to learn because I really seem to have a strong interest in old cars. It was in top split. The double accounting, that's blasphemous. Yeah, I don't think it should be happening in top split because it just can impact and take points away from those in the split that, you know, are rightfully there. PD says double accounting is fine, but not an official season, but not recommended. Okay, so yeah, that's also the other part to that's the other part to my argument too. In an exhibition season, it shouldn't matter at all, and I don't think it does. In an official season in top split, it should not be happening, but it does anyway. I feel like double accounting is just too much admin for me. Yes, this is your argument every time I say to you, start a second account. I think it can be a lot of work in terms of you have to start the game from the ground up again, and that is quite frustrating, because on my second account for daily races, I've got like less than 30k DR. I've got one Group 3 car. You know, it's a real slog to get that, to get the caliber of the account back up. I can't believe you haven't been in a single stream. Oh, mate, can you message me next time you're live, please? Because I swear I followed you, and I'll jump in. Are you like Matthew, where you just start the stream as you begin to match, have no voice and face cam, and just end the stream as soon as you cross the line? Are you one of those? That's quite harsh on Matthew, actually. He does speak in the streams. Rapid GT tow car. Ha ha ha. I said don't come at me, mate. Allianz Insurance, that's right, how can I help? What a classic ad. Allianz Insurance. The Supercar games were amazing. I remember using the Big Kev Commodore in the first one of all the time. I never played the first one. I witnessed the second one being played, and I've bought the third one. I've got V8 Supercars 3 and a PlayStation 2. I think it's possible to stream from it. I'm going to have to work out how to do that. If you didn't pick the yellow Big Kev car, didn't you... Wait. If you didn't pick the yellow Big Kev car, you didn't really play the Toka one, or the Toka one, just to satisfy Rapid's wishes there. See, I'm so wrapped up in the chat right now that I've been driving this car for way too long, so let's jump into something a little more interesting, let's say. It's banned in any season, it's in the rules. Yeah, that's what I heard too. Because, you know, I was kind of low-key considering signing for BMW on my second account and seeing how I do, but I don't want to open that can of worms. I don't really want to be banned. Chevy CTS.
By the way,
let's go.
will you charge more for this demonstration lesson?
Watch me, then you
Tez,
think
go
of
live
something,
right
okay?
now. I say the same thing. Go live
You
right
probably
now
shouldn't
and then
pay too much
message me like
attention
I
to
said,
that.
otherwise I won't know that you're live, okay? And then I'll make sure that I'm following you,
Okay,
I'll turn
noted.
notifications on, and I'll repay the favour. Tez, I'm in bed. That's hot. I mean, what? No excuses. I should be in bed too right now, but I'm not. So you can easily step out
And
of
the
bed.
sidewalk is
Go up the
For
transporter
driving
truck.
on when the road's busy,
Okay,
yes.
you've convinced me.
You know, I always thought the handbrake was there for parking.
Let's get some
Common
speed up.
misconception.
One of the best things to do as well is to go up the ramp truck with only two wheels and just let the other two droop. You can kind of send the car into a corkscrew in the midair. Won't get banned. Yeah, I don't think... I find it highly unlikely that someone that isn't right at the top will get banned for double accounting. I think if you're double accounting to improve your chances of qualifying, if you have a real chance for it, and you also get reported, I think there could be a chance then.
Would that be an
Oh, look at
offense
that.
in a test situation?
More of a slap on the wrist.
Stuck the landing too. People have before or suspended. Jester and Meta have been double accounting. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it takes a report. I think you have to be reported for double accounting for them to look into it. So if you're not near the top and not impacting the chances of another player qualifying, then you're very unlikely to get reported.
Don't worry, that happens sometimes.
Okay, got it. Does this really come under basic instruction?
They're fine. Yeah, they're fine. I didn't know that Top Gun Meta was also Meta
This
7.
definitely won't mean a
I didn't
fail
know
in a
until I
test.
saw something on his,
Ah,
on
look
his
at how
Twitter
happy
feed.
these people are.
It was yesterday. He's gelling really well with his McLaren apparently, which is fair play to him actually. I say well done. Yeah, Holland. Did he get banned for double accounting? I assume he did. What was his second account? Or is TRL Hollow his other account? He just got another account instead of changing the name. Dead. Nah, mate, stuck the landing, like I said. I wanted to land like that on the roof. That's what they all say, isn't it? Teehee, I'm an asparagus. I think for a meme race like Nations, it's okay, but technically not. Yeah, I was talking about this with a couple of my fellow Oceania drivers
I'm not
yesterday.
sure this is the right level of
Special
fruition.
Stage Route X does not have a place on an official FIA calendar. Exhibition is fine, but on official FIA, because it's no showing of skill really. Like there is skill involved. You have to know what to do in terms of when to be in the slipstream and whose slipstream to take at what times. There's that element.
Is this
to
how
it,
you
but
teach
in
all your
terms of
lessons?
You gotta
actually having
start
the
at the
skill
deep
to
end.
race around the track as quick as possible like the top guys can, it's not required to the extent that it is on a racetrack at special stage. So you can have someone that, you know, I
And
don't
this is safe, yes?
want to start
Course,
to
look,
create this
no
divide, but
cars.
just for ease of explaining, a slower person at the back of top split that may be absolutely nowhere in terms of pace can easily win that race and just take a massive chunk of points away from someone that does deserve it. Not that the whoever wins it, no matter what level, doesn't deserve it, but in terms of being the quickest,
Is that bad?
someone else probably should have got that massive 40 points. He got Special Route X. Did I say that? Did I? Oops. He got banned for post-race language. Oh, yeah, okay. I know about this. Yeah, pretty vulgar language. Yeah, I really... let's just say I don't agree with some of what he said. That's all I'm going to do. I don't want to make a bigger enemy out of him than I already have.
I can see why you're a driving
What did he
instructor.
say?
So I should
racial
aim for the
slurs.
pedestrians or...
Not aim so
vulgar
much,
language,
just shoot for a light
violence,
bounce.
Violent threats, death threats, name calling. Doesn't belong in a game, unfortunately. What did you say? Can't remember. I bet you do. A is for... Anyway. Like, I'm not risking my DR for a meme race. Yeah, that's the other part of it too, because you can get binned off and come last. But I think myself having chosen the Z4, I shouldn't really worry too much about my DR, should I? Because I lost like 3k last
I
night.
should really drive like
So I
this?
was just lumped into a lobby where I was...
Is
Oh!
that okay?
100.
Well, whoever's a passenger in this cab, no passengers. Lucky for me. I would have had a murder charge on my hands there. I see where you're going with this special stage Route X. Oh, all being said, I'm going to do it. I know, I'm definitely doing it. I couldn't do the last one because I was working, but I'm now not. So I'm going to be doing it. Round 5, cough. Round 5. I'm assuming I'm going to have a bit of a guesstimate that you're referring to the tuning on Willow Springs race upcoming. Is that round 5? Hard earned DR down the Swanee because you lost slip. Yep, literally. It's a bit of a pain. And it's also the kind of race where you're just going to get on party chat, aren't you, and strategize during the race. I mean, it's going to happen. There's no denying it's going to happen because nobody takes that race seriously. You're just going to jump on party chat with a bunch of mates and you're all going to strategize yourselves to the front and just absolutely not sort of go away from your formation. You're just going to stay in a line and nobody goes for moves until the end. Blue Moon. Ah, okay. Blue Moon Speedway. I think is tuning on for that. I think if tuning is off and it's just like an oval bot race, I think that would be interesting because we see that race come up in Nations occasionally, and everyone always goes for the Lancer because that's the best, the oval bot. But if it's manufacturers and it's oval bot again, everyone's going to be in different cars. So I think, what if the Z4 is a quiet oval bot concert, let's say? I will happily take a bit of a cheeky oval bot good result in the Z4. Jokes on me, watches the Z4's even more off the pace in oval trim. Viper gonna be deadly there. It's different bot though. It's group 4. Oh! Yes, I haven't familiarised myself with the calendar so much so that I can list every combo off the top of my head. That's my ever famous race and driver excuse for that. It's group 4, okay. I mean, it still doesn't change too much. I think, is the tyre wear really high? Oh. If the tyre wear is really high, it could be a struggle for the FFs. Because, I mean, I don't know the details of the race. So if you need to pit stop as well, that's another element of strategy. It's going to be an interesting race. But yeah, we'll all be on the oval bot, so the cars will handle a lot differently. Higher top speed. Let's drive the semi-trailer.
So we all met up last night, discovered a secret door.
I also loved this game.
What on earth are you talking about?
View.
Dire
There's no other game.
Chutney Rising. It's
no
awesome.
other game at the time replicated it as well as Driver did. In my experience anyway. There may have well been a game out there that, out of the ones I've played and seen, I guess Gran Turismo, that's probably the obvious one that comes to mind. But apart from Gran Turismo, no other game sort of modelled the cockpits of the vehicles as well as Driver did.
Man, you're losing cool big time.
I have unlimited.
Just another reason why I love the game. Apparently the C7 is 1 second faster than the GTR around Blue Moon. Yeah, that's the other thing. Because there's less oval racing, I'm assuming the oval bot is less optimised. Have you spotted the area in Nations round 1? It's supposed to be in 4, however there's one car in 3. Ah! Unless you're having a dig at the 80 Supra, that should be an N300 car. Am I right? And the Alpha can keep up in slip, even being bump drafted. Yeah, they all have different power and weight. So, the Alpha may receive a massive boost. I really don't think you can say much about the oval bot off what you know about the circuit bot, because it's so different. Because when you see how different the Lancer is the so obvious clear-cut metal car, metal? I would hope it's made out of metal. Meta car for ovals, but then put it on a circuit and it's just nowhere.
Pretty impressive.
It can't keep up and slip. Oh, okay. Soz. It can't keep up in slip even being bump drafted. So the Alpha's even worse on an oval than it is on a track. RIP Alfa Romeo drivers.
You all right there?
My hands are shaking a bit, but maybe that's just
That's
RSI.
all good, yeah. I get what you're saying now.
Invert your mouse! Invert your mouse!
Whoa, what a corner.
I can do that in game, but I never had the balls to do it in real life.
Correct. Thank you. No, it's the Super GT 88 N300. It actually has it on the screen. What the hell? How did that slip through the cracks? Because it's custom tuned, but it's locked, isn't it? So you can't upgrade it or anything? Because I know sometimes if it's open to like N500 or whatever, you can sort by data quiet or something, and you can upgrade an N400 car into N500.
Just ignore it.
As soon as
So
you hit
long as the boss
N500, it
doesn't
locks
notice.
the N500 bot. Is it sort of like that, or there's no option to upgrade it? The N300 is in red too. You've made me crash. N300 is in red too. What the hell? I'm off to bed. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Thank you so much for jumping in. Yeah, just a quick one. I was really just testing audio mixing, and we kind of got that out of the way in the first 15 minutes. So I do have to write these settings down too. But yeah, so it's just been a bit of a chill stream. I will be wrapping up soon anyway, because I will have to be off to bed also. Thank you so much for jumping in. Thanks so much for watching.
Are we in a hurry here?
What do you think? We just stole $5 million,
I love
babe.
doing that too.
Come on, let's
when
spend
I
the
was a
rest of
kid.
our lives on some island somewhere.
Starting off the ram and then like mid-ram jump into the car I've just rammed. Can't upgrade because it's a provided car.
Losers,
Wow,
she's got in our way.
yeah, that's really strange to me. I have no. How did that slip through the cracks? Like that would have taken one person. That would have taken one person literally a 5-minute check of just the overall how the event looks on a PlayStation to spot it. It's in red. Oh!
Rough, baby.
That's a curb glitch for sure. Maybe I'm at Red Bull Ring. Nitro, how's it going? Yes. Look at this. Look at this. I'm finally live. I can also stream quite readily from my PlayStation 4, so I think we can probably be doing streams like Daily Race on a Monday kind of pretty soon. Welcome to the chat, Nitro. Test stream proceeds to stream for 2 hours. Yeah, the time flies when you're having fun. We've been live for an hour and 50 minutes. Now that I'm sort of into the swing of it, I can say I was incredibly nervous watching my intro for the first time, knowing that I'm about to be live on the internet, and that everything I say will be on the record. Rough baby, did she say? Yeah, probably. The sound's doing something weird in my headphones. It's like if a sound happens on the screen for too long, it sort of volumes down. I think it's something to do with my headphones, so I can't hear everything that's happening in the game. But as long as it sounds good for you. Yeah, that's the other funny thing. You can jump into a car with a passenger and they make comments. Oh, he's streaming. Only the top level content creation happening over here. I know what you mean. Yeah. I will get over it very easily. Just,
5 million
I would
says
say
we
by
can
the
afford to
5th
use
stream I'll
Wraith,
be
right?
completely fine. But it's just like the first time my intro's going out there, and I'm just waiting for the countdown to switch over to the next scene. I was like, oh my goodness. And I had no idea if the sound was going to be right, I had no idea who was in the chat, no idea if anyone was going to show up. So, I was just like, oh my goodness. Heart rate was up, blood pressure was up, but it's all good. Where's the camera? I know you have one. Ah, Nitro. Funny you say that. Hang on, there's something that shouldn't be there. That's the camera, Nitro. It's all set up ready to go. Yes, the static picture is there on purpose. The static GIF, I mean. I've been inspired by Atom and Wogorigini. Lovely Unicorn he's called now. He was in chat earlier. I was sort of inspired by them to sort of make a bit of a thing of the face reveal for literally no other reason than to gain some subs. So I've given myself, I mean, I was originally told 1,000 subs, so I was like, well, that's going to take way too long. Because I want to put my face there. So I've decided to give myself a 500 sub goal, and I'm kind of expecting that to take a few months.
Whatever it takes, right?
I was expecting your intro to be clips of you overtaking in races and etc. Yeah, that's the other, that's the other quite common option to do, and it could have been, Tichney has something like that. That's Tichney's, just overtakes and clips of the cars driving around the tracks. But, I wanted to do something with the particular music piece that I chose, because it's just an absolute vibe of a track. Like, you just rock out to it. Like Kei Nakayama, I Want What You Had for Breakfast the Morning You Wrote That song. Just, what a song, man. I can't even explain it. I wanted to do something with that, and it was kind of like a
Let's see the pop do this!
Sort of a low down would probably be the best way to, just a slow, vibey song. And I wanted some, like, slow, vibey images to go with it, and I basically just wanted to showcase some of the cars that are in Gran Turismo that I love.
Ouch!
Oh!
We're gonna have to dump the car anyway, right?
You've heard of the curb glitch. Now you get ready for the light pole glitch. Let's get you to 500 then. Yeah, that's what I've been saying, mate. That's what I've been saying. I'm thinking of doing something with the camera before I reach there if it starts to take a while. Like, I could potentially have the camera aimed down at my controller right now, just to add some sort of better connection to me. And the same goes for FIA races, or just Gran Turismo sport streams in general. Not that I'm going to be streaming FIA. I could just aim the camera at my wheel or something and just give some sort of live visual, so I'm not separated by the screen, if that makes sense. Yours are super clean. Thank you. Yeah. Reminds me of Super GTs. Have a guess where the inspiration came from. Can turn into a VTuber. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm unfamiliar with that term. Is it a VTuber that doesn't, is it a YouTuber that doesn't show their face? Is that a VTuber? Yeah, heavily inspired by Super GT's intro. Oh, gone straight into the front of the truck. Can't recommend. Yeah, just slow vibes, having a look at the cars and the scenery. There's a particular one I've got in there of the GR Yaris, like doing a 180 against a background of like a Japanese garden, sort of in the dark. Oh, like that is just, that scene, it had to be in there the minute I saw it. Right, gonna get off. Have a great day. It's a little TMI. Just a simple I'm leaving the stream would have sufficed. No, I'm joking. Thank you so much, Rapid. Thanks for jumping in for the first time. Have a good night or day. Yeah, it's night time. It's currently 11 p.m.
Think of 5 million reasons why we need this to be done.
Jump off stream, by the way, not jump off the monolith. VTuber is a vlog blogger. Yeah, nah, that's that is extremely far from what I'm looking to achieve or what I'm looking to do. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Before you get started, be remember to press like and subscribe. Don't forget to become a member and buy my merch. That's $50 for one pair of socks. Please remember to support me on Patreon and subscribe to my OnlyFans. Basically where you put a virtual avatar over yourself, /face using computer graphics. Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw one of those recently. I was looking through Reddit a little bit. I've been getting... That was a hairy moment. I've been sort of getting on Reddit a bit recently and just having a look at what's on there. A lot of relationship and parenting drama, isn't there? Not that sort of getting off. Not the first time I've tuned in, mate. Yeah, I know. I was only pulling your leg. I appreciate your viewership too. I do see your comments on the videos. I try to... I think I reply to every one. Yeah, I'll see you next time, Rapid. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've been looking in Reddit recently. I saw a post of someone like wondering why they're not having the views, and I had a look, and their thumbnails had an avatar like exactly what you're talking about, but the content of the video was like mundane adult. Oh, that's surely a fine for the bus veering out of its lane. That's ridiculous. That's how I'm going to be explaining that to my insurance company. But the content of his video was just like mundane adult informative stuff, like finances, but he had like an avatar on the thumbnail, so it really looked like a video for kids, and that was kind of the overwhelming advice that he received in the comments. It was just like, well, your video appears to be geared at children, so children click on it and immediately click off it because it's not for kids. And then for what's in the video, adult content, finances and stuff, they're not going to be clicking on the video because it looks like it's for kids. So he was just like completely backward. But that's sort of what comes to mind when I first think of the avatar. Not a blogger, that was shits and kicks. Pulling my leg. Smokescreen OnlyFans confirmed. Oh, you heard it here first. Goodness me, yeah, that only the finest toe pics on my OnlyFans. Goodness me, this conversation is taking a deep dive, isn't it? Mukbang. Smokescreen mukbang channel confirmed. Let's overtake Nikocado Avocado. For some reason, every time I see the word mukbang, I think of Mustang. I can't get that association out of my head. Did you ever play this game, Nitro? Good night, mate. I'm off. Okay, Tez, thank you so much for jumping in. Even though I only realised after you sent about 10 messages and went back and saw that it was you. Send me a message when you stream, okay? So I know. Smokescreen toe pics confirmed. I'm letting all the leaks out, aren't I? I would not do very good in someone like Kaz Yamuchi's position, would I? I'm letting the cat out of the bag. Catch your Tezzy Wezzy. Oh, the pet names. That's why he needs his webcam, so he can stream his feet. Thanks for reminding me about that, by the way. I can turn this off, can't I? No, that's paid content only. That's only on Smoke after hours. Yeah, so get me to 500 subs and you can all have what you want. No, I haven't played this game. Ah, that's all right. Driver San Francisco from back in 2011, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. Just like an open world based on San Francisco. You've got a story as well. I've finished the story though, so I've just been driving around. I played it when I was a kid, so it's got some nostalgic value to me. And I totally want to run down this hill in a really fast car. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Jaguar XFR, that's fast enough. Paid content. I don't see no donate link. Oh my goodness. Have you played Motorstorm? Mate, have I played Motorstorm? Let me tell you, Motorstorm was, before this, that was, I would say Motorstorm was my debut game. The first game I ever really played properly. The only game, or the first game that I played and I was like, oh my goodness, this is awesome. I've got Motorstorm Apocalypse was class. I didn't like that one. I really didn't like it. The boost didn't last long enough and like the mechanics were really weird. But Motorstorm, man, yeah. That was the game. That was the game. I'm gonna stream it. It's happening. Don't you worry about that. I've got a fresh new account ready to go so we could do essentially it's a game playthrough. It's happening. Don't you worry about that. Yeah, what a game. So my memory of that is basically my uncle had it. I would have been 6 years old. Because when did the game release? I think it was 2006, but it says 2007 in the credits, so maybe it was developed during 2006 for an 07 release. But yeah, my uncle had it, and I saw him playing it once, and I was like, "What is this?" I even remember the car he was using, the Castro Robusto. So, and basically just asked, "Can I have a go?" And that was the end of it. That was the beginning. That game is the number one nostalgic game. I was 6 years old. PlayStation 3, big fat PlayStation 3, like the fat boy model. Just, oh man, the memories. I came back to Motorstorm for some after getting to where I am in GT Sport. I beat everything I couldn't beat back then. Yeah. That's the thing. I'm the same. I remember when I was first playing it, I was coming last in like every race. I mean, bear in mind I was 6 years old and never touched a DualShock controller before, or any controller for that matter. So, you know, I was crap, but I was having fun doing it. That's the main thing. And then I remember the first race that I won. It was like a big rig on the Grizzly track. So I was in the big rig, so like the hardest, the car with the biggest handicap basically, just because of its acceleration, speed and weight. And I won the race, and I was like bragging to my friends at school about it. I'd tell them all of what the game was, and then I'd say, like, explain what all the vehicle classes were, and then I'd say, yeah, so the big rig, remember the one I told you about, the hardest one? Yeah, I won a race in that, and I didn't even have to drive the big rig. That was grade 2. MotorStorm and GT5 were the first two games that got me into racing. Yeah. MotorStorm is such a... I don't know what the word is, like... pilot game. I feel like it's got a lot of people into it. And GT5... never played. GT Sport is the first Gran Turismo I ever played. I love flicking the bird at the other drivers if you're on a bike or TV. I would purposely sort of slide up to the side of another bike or ATV and punch them off. Like press the, I think it's the horn button, isn't it? In a bike or an ATV, the horn button activates the attack. And you can like send a punch and send them flying off the ATV, send them flying off the bike. And it's funny because like the vehicle continues straight on. I'm a head off as well, have a good one. No worries, thank you Sean. Thanks for jumping in, much appreciated. Look forward to seeing you around again. I was actually playing MotorStorm the other day, by the way. I was out of town, visiting the old fam. And yeah, I brought my copy of MotorStorm because I couldn't play Gran Turismo, obviously. Maybe that isn't so obvious because I couldn't have taken my wheel with me. And I didn't want to play on controller, but anyway, all besides the point. Actually, I was playing it the other day. That last ticket is a real challenge. The last 4 races on the final ticket, they're a really big challenge, even to this day. What's that? You're up. That's right, you can straight up beat them across the bikes. Beat them up across bikes. Yeah. You can chuck a punch and they just go flying off the bike and the vehicle continues straight on with no rider on it. It's so funny. I played Pacific Rift too, the second one. That was another good one. MotorStorm and MotorStorm Pacific Rift were the 2 best MotorStorms. People rave about Apocalypse. I think Sean was saying before that he loved Apocalypse. I didn't. When I first played it, I was like, this is weird. It felt like it lost a lot of the essence of what made the first MotorStorm so great. There was like not enough boost. The boost gauge looked like a toy. The tracks were a bit, how you going? But yeah, 100% MotorStorm, MotorStorm Pacific Rift, they will be appearing on this channel. That's happening. Consider it done. Single player playthroughs. I only played a little bit of GT5 on my uncle's PS3, mostly the cone challenges and trying to figure out how to drive, but moved across onto GT6 on my own PlayStation 3 and used to come home and race my uncle. They're the memories, aren't they? Why was it always the uncle's PlayStation? Because mine was the same. I would play MotorStorm on my uncle's PlayStation. It's always the uncle. But they're the memories, back when time was simpler. Can't wait to see MotorStorm, that would be sick. Yeah, prepare your body. It's happening. And see, back in those days too, listen to me, I'm having a yarn here. Back in my day. Sort of back when you were a kid playing the games, it didn't even matter if you were crap because you couldn't even recognise that you were terrible. Like you come last, you go really slow, and you're just like humming along, happy as Larry, playing your game. See, I find it I find it hard now to actually just jump into a game and have fun, because even when I was playing MotorStorm the other day, I was getting frustrated with it because I couldn't win. And I was like, I was just starting to think to myself, like, well, streaming this is all part of the fun, but I guess,
Hey, here goes nothing.
I guess the chat helps with that. Yeah, I don't know, him and my granddad, who I have to thank for my love for motorsport. Your uncle and your granddad, mate, are you me? My uncle and my granddad got me all into the PlayStation 3. Yeah, they sort of more so got me into my love for the games, like car games, racing games, driving games. They got me into that a lot. Because, my uncle was MotorStorm. Oh! My uncle was MotorStorm, my grandpa was... he used to play a lot of the Formula 1 games, like full assists on controller, but it doesn't matter, he was having the time of his life, and I was sitting there watching him. So they also got me into the love for the games. And we would always watch the Bathurst 1000, and that was sort of the only taste of motorsport I really got in my childhood. Honestly saying the competitiveness just kicks in. Oh no! Like, I'm just playing MotorStorm, and the entire field gangs up on me, which they tend to do in that last ticket. Oh no! Well, that's not good. I've just landed on the cop's roof, and I've rolled it. Living the same lives, it's all a simulation. Yeah, I refuse to believe that we are two different people. Oh, I got that movie token too. Yeah, Bathurst 1000 was my only taste of motorsport as a kid. That was sort of the only thing that ever got put on the TV. And I was young, like 10, 11, 12 years old. And it was like Bathurst 1000, so you know, as a young kid like that, you don't have the attention span.
As soon as I shake them, I want to do it all over again.
And watch the race, so you sort of ebb and flow away from the TV as a kid. So it's hard to get the flow of the race and just follow exactly the course of how everyone's going. So it was hard for me to sort of sit and stay interested in it, I'll be honest, but as I got older, as I graduated high school, starting to look for hobbies, because you know, once you're not in high school, you're not studying all the time, or I wasn't anyway when I left. That's how you do a U-turn, by the way. That's what I like to call a vertical U-turn. But yeah, left high school, started looking for hobbies. So GT Sport was a big one, and then I thought, well, Formula 1 looks bloody interesting, let's give it a go. So, the first race I watched was 2019 Bahrain GP. Didn't really have too much time that year to follow the whole season. So I only watched the first 3 or 4 races, and then in 2020, I watched the full season, and now I watch it. I watch the full season. And Supercars is the same. I watch the whole season of Supercars now, because I can understand what's going on. Bathurst is coming up actually next month. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to Supercars back on track. I was following, you know, I follow them on Twitter, Instagram, I see all the updates, and I was just watching rounds of Supercars get added, get cancelled. It was like a never-ending, just like a never-ending cycle of an event gets added to replace a cancelled one, and then it gets cancelled because they can't circumvent quarantine, make it all work. And then I was beginning to look like, I was really starting to think like they're really going to struggle to get this season back underway to meet whatever demands they have to make it a competition, to make it a championship series, championship year. And then yeah, they announced the 4 rounds at Sydney Motorsport Park, and I was like, well, it's one of my least favourite Supercars tracks, but at least we get to see them. And then you got Bathurst, of course. I'm so much looking forward to Bathurst. Clearing my day for that one. Nothing going on that day except for Bathurst. When did I graduate high school? 2018. Class of 2018. You'll probably have to go up by age, based from that.
All or nothing.
Did you hear that they're keeping the current gen next year for supercars? I really want to see Commodores in Perth one last time. Yeah, I heard... I was following that bit too, yeah. I heard there was going to be a mid-season introduction because of a short delay, and I was like, well, that's stupid, because you can't just... The supercar's getting run by Polyphony Digital.
Oh, come on!
Mid-season block changes. Yeah, and then I heard it got delayed until the end. I was very happy with that. Your class 2019. Oh, friggin' baby, get out of here. This car sounds awesome, by the way, in this game. Really throaty exhaust note. Sick drifter. Hell yeah, man. I'll show you this street. Here. It's modelled off a street in real life. You may have seen it. It's a very, very famous San Francisco street. Like, if you've done even a small amount of research on San Francisco, you will surely have heard of Lombard Street. And it's kind of modelled in this game. It's not 100% accurate. Ah, bloody bot. Yeah, mid-season bot change. What's the go with that? Crashing the Land Rover. Baby. Yeah, you heard me. Did I stutter? That was a twist street. You got it. I'm not having a very good job of getting to it for you. But like, you can chuck some sick drifts around these corners. I mean, I'm not really... That's a lot. That was a better example. Overcorrect on the exit though. What's the point of this game? Yeah, I've finished the story, so there's nothing left for me to do, but the point of the game, there is a story. You basically assume the character of the guy I'm driving. He's actually in the car right now, John Tanner, and he's like in a police chase. Or he's a police officer, and he's like on a manhunt for this guy called Jericho.
Run and scream.
He has a massive accident. This all happens right at the start of the game. It's like the introduction for it, so I'm not spoiling anything. He has a massive accident, falls into a coma, and then the story is basically like all in his head, all in John Tanner's head, because he's in a coma, and you're basically just chasing down and solving the mystery and trying to catch Jericho, who he was doing in real life, but he's now in a coma, so it's happening all in his head, and that's where this feature comes from. So you'll see, like, I'm driving, look at my character, and then I can shift into a different car, and he's in this car. So that was sort of the main mechanic, the main selling point of this game.
Scared to lose 20 bucks?
Because it's all in his head. He had the ability to
try to scare me. I dare you.
Shifting. You can shift into whatever car you like on the street, just assume the character of the driver.
Come on, Jack. Did you leave your stones at home?
What did you say?
20 bucks says you can't freak me out.
Yeah, that's basically.
I'm chilled to zero.
You just picked the wrong bet, partner.
And then, yeah, it's also a massive open world sandbox, basically.
Hey, we're airborne,
I'm saying
for Christ's
basically,
sake.
like drinking
Yeah,
game, basically.
so?
So you can just have fun and enjoy the cars. The story goes on for quite a bit. There's a good few hours of playtime there. It's just that I've finished it, and I jumped on this game because I can easily pause and stop if I needed to adjust something on the stream settings.
You look scared now.
I have a good
People
game
trying to
going
get
on
out
in
of
my
your
head.
way. Not for me.
Is it as good as that
Doesn't count.
quadruple stack sandwich you were talking about the other time I was in your stream? Bloody half a loaf of bread in one sandwich. Sounds like a sick game. Yeah, yeah. It's an interesting concept and it was very unique. I think it still is unique. There's not really a game that can kind of replicate it. This is as close as you get to a Porsche. The what sandwich? Oh, mate. Had to be there. No, I jumped in Loopy's stream once a couple of weeks ago. And he was doing some iRacing. I was there having a good old yarn. He was talking about the sandwich he was going to make. It was like...
Radiate tranquility.
I forget what he was putting on it. It was a Vegemite? But it was basically going to be like a quadruple stack sandwich.
Come on,
with
admit
four
it, you're scared now.
No, Jack. Pissed is
And
what
then
I am.
Sandwiching the sandwiches together. It was like half a loaf of bread. And I was just thinking the whole time,
Feeble Jack.
that would clog me up like no tomorrow if I ate that. One loaf of bread equals 2 sandwiches.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, same
definitely
for
a
me.
concern.
The rest of the
for other
loaf goes
people doesn't
moldy by
count,
the time I
Jack.
get to it. Loopy has a digestive system made out of titanium to be eating that. Summed up in one word. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, alright then. Sounds good, but you do you. I'll stick to my level 1 sandwich with some chicken and avocado on it. Wholemeal bread. A punnet of strawberries on the side and water. Big health. Speaking of water. Yeah, same. Yeah, I know. I know. I mean, fair play. I couldn't eat it, but fair play.
Can't scare me for a
You
bumblebee.
keep the avo though. Oh, alright. No worries, I'll eat it. Oh,
Jack,
that taxi
you're so
turned into me.
forceful.
Nothing I could do about that.
Now
I
come
was
that
there
out.
halfway alongside. Yeah, mate, no, I'm full health. Full health. Punnet of strawberries, peanuts, macadamias, apricots, pears, beautiful. Whole foods, brown
Crazy,
rice,
Jack.
mate, what a food. I don't get the dislike for the avo though, not gonna lie. It's such a neutral tasting food. It literally just tastes like water. Yuck. You're offering no constructive argument. Yeah, no, I'm only kidding.
Ah,
Yeah,
hell,
it's
why not?
completely fine. I actually hear it quite a bit. You need to hear the story on how I utilised the 4-slice toaster. It's a production line that Holden would be jealous of. Well, you can go ahead and type it all in chat if you wish. I wouldn't mind hearing about your 4-slice toaster production.
The offers just aren't coming in, Marty.
While I
We
lose
need
the
to change your
copies.
image.
Lovely Aston
Right, and
Martin.
who are you? My mother?
V12
No, Marty, much
Vantage.
more important on your age.
Where's Rapid? Where's Rapid? He's left the stream right as I'm driving his manufacturer's choice.
You really think this is the best
I
way
like
to
making
resurrect
chicken
your
and cheese
career?
toasties, but
Can't
add
get
some
any
Nando's
worse,
peri
can
peri
it?
sauce on top. So good.
Did I just scratch the car?
Don't worry, it's in
I'll let
better
you
shape
dislike
than
the
your
Avo if you
career.
let me dislike the cheese. I'm not a huge cheese person. But the Nando's sauce sounds alright. Don't know if they have them over in Perth, but over here we have
Honestly, I really
like
think
Nando's
everything
spice
started
mix
going
pouches.
downhill
It's like a
when you met
little
that
spice mix
stripper.
rub.
Oh, come on.
The idea is you
Strippers
put it
are
on
nice.
raw chicken
I like
and
strippers.
roast it up, but I'm sure you can sprinkle it on anything. Please tell me the story. I'm assuming he toasts 4 slices and then when they pop he puts another 4 in, and while those are cooking he sort of butters and prepares the toasted ones. Unless I'm completely wrong, he's one of those people that puts the toaster on the side to act like a grill. Oops. Oh,
Yup, there goes the last ember of your career.
I literally didn't see a difference between that and the curb glitch at Red Bull Ring. Since when did San Francisco have Red Bull Ring? Pretty sure that's something similar. Yeah.
Can you see your career from up here?
I was talking earlier about the engine sounds in this game. This car isn't so dissimilar to what it sounds like in GT Sport. Perth has everything besides COVID. Goodness me. I'm going to screenshot that for when you lot go into lockdown again. Look, we'll be laughing. No, I'm joking. I'm not in lockdown either.
Driving better or worse than my acting?
Based on that jump, I'd say they're broadly on a par.
Oh, that was beautiful. Nitro, can you rate that drift, please?
Obviously, it's my job to massage your ego, but...
Well, you're not doing a very good job.
That was almost awesome. Almost, but I ended up crashing instead.
Would it be better if we got you a driver? Even this sort of thing quiet is not in my job description.
You hurt?
What hurts is watching your career slip down the toilet bowl.
Can one of you do me a massive favour too, just so I can test it? And one of you unsubscribe and then resubscribe to me, please? Because I want to see if the alert for it works. Whether or not the alert may not come up because you've unsubscribed and resubscribed.
You remember
I'm not
that
sure.
time you punched the female reporter in the
I
mouth?
figure
This
might as well
is worse.
test it. Pretty sweet, dude. Don't know how your car's still hanging together. No, I don't either. Made out of titanium. Scotty, hello. Great to see you live streaming. Yes. Welcome to the chat. I'm sort of thinking about wrapping up soon. We've been going for 2.5 hours and it's currently 11:30 where I am. You're over in America, aren't you? So it's probably... Oh. I'm not unsubscribing, just not in me to do it. Ah. You have my full blessing and my full permission to just unsubscribe and resubscribe to test the alert, please. But yes, welcome Scotty, a belated welcome into the chat. We've been just mucking around on driver while we've been adjusting some stream settings. I've got the audio mix pretty good, so I've been told, so I won't be adjusting that.
How was that for you?
You're an actor, not a stuntman.
Ouch. You're mean, lady.
But But yeah, I've just been hunting around, talking to chat. So what else is there to do? Okay, I did it. Okay, we'll see if the alert comes up. See, it may not come up because you unsubscribed and resubscribed immediately.
I'm not gonna be able
There may be some sort of
on this
limit.
one.
Like you may have to be unsubscribed for 24 hours or so. Something like that. Because I know that can be a thing. Because I haven't seen an alert yet. So we just casually race down the footpath at 190 miles an hour. Should come up. Yeah, we'll see.
You understand this cause I'm wrong.
It's sort of a weird thing because I don't know if it's something limiting
This is not
because you
how a
unsubscribed and
Hollywood
resubscribed, or if my alert just isn't working. But it should do. It's all connected to my YouTube, and I've got like a little window where it says who's subscribed. YouTube takes a little bit, but it also might not work for everyone since people have to have their subscriptions public. Oh, okay. Mine should be shown as public, so it should work for me. Yeah. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. If it seems to never come up, I might have to look into it, but I just wanted to see if it did work, because it would have been handy. But it's kind of hard to say. So I know, I've been in some streams where it doesn't work. If you sort of unsubscribe and resubscribe, it doesn't send an alert, even if it did when you first subscribed. Just to prevent spamming, I guess. But it's fine. We'll see if it works out someday. By the way, Scotty, if you're still there, this is the eventual goal. I'm going for some toast, need to get energized for some racing. See, you're getting energized for your racing at 11:30 PM. Absolute animal. Although you're in Perth, aren't you? You're going to be a couple hours. Are you in Perth? You're not, are you? I think I've said that before. In the evening, you're getting energized. I'm getting energized to mosey my way over to my bed shortly. Still here. Yes, I just wanted to show you the eventual end game with the webcam. I've just popped it on the screen there for you. Loopy's crazy like that. Yeah, I've seen some of his questionable sleeping habits in the Discord, like messages at 3 PM. All right, just going to bed now. I'm like, what? 3 PM. It's 12:30 AM, right? An hour ahead? Where the hell are you? Oh, somewhere where daylight's
Killing
savings is.
innocent people, Marty, is taking the bad
Assuming.
boy image too far.
All good. In the eastern USA. I'm in Eastern Time USA, just having coffee. Great way to wake up. Yeah, I had a feeling you were over there. Loopy's a machine. Loopy is Loopy. I mean, it's in his name. He knows it himself.
Wow, way to go, Marty.
Anyway, I might wrap up too then. It's been 2.5 hours and it's very much thoroughly my bedtime. So I might wrap this one up. So it'll be about 9:30 your time, Scotty. Bang on, Nitro. I should be working, but screw that. No. Tell your boss that you had some very important viewing. No worries. Thank you, Scotty. Thank you, Nitro, and Loopy as well, if you're still there. Thanks so much for jumping in. Hopefully, probably be looking at to make a Dragon Trail video maybe tomorrow, so we'll see if that can come out tomorrow or the day after, so do keep an eye out for that. But as for now, that's going to wrap up this stream, so I do thank you very much for watching. Awesome stream, dude. Thanks, Nitro. Thank you, everyone.